Students, in this video we will continue the chapter agriculture. In the last video we discussed about different types of farming. So now let's recall quickly. As I told you that farming is divided into two categories, subsistence farming and commercial farming. Now subsistence farming further classified into intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. Now again, primitive subsistence farming is divided into two categories, shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Now second one is the commercial farming. Commercial farming is classified into three categories, commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation. Now in today's video, we will study about the major crops. Okay. Now what is a crop? A plant cultivated on a large scale is called a crop, and man has learned to grow a large number of crops since the time he practicing agriculture. Okay, so the major crops of the world can be grouped as food crops, fiber crops and beverage crops. Okay, crops are divided into three categories, food crops, fiber crops and beverage crops. Food crops means which we use as a food like wheat, rice, maize, millet, etc. All these are the food crops. Fiber crops from which we get fiber to prepare clothes or to prepare bags, etc. So like jute, cotton, etc. all comes under fiber crops. And the third one is the beverage crop. Beverage crop means which we use as drink like tea, coffee, all are the beverage crops. So now let us see them one by one. First one is the food crops. In food crops, the first one is given wheat. Okay. So wheat is commonly used grain for bread across the world. Okay, for the food, wheat is commonly used across the world, and it is a crop of the temperate region. Now temperate region means from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and from Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. That region is known as temperate region. Okay, so it is a crop of temperate region and it needs a dry and mild climate to grow. The crop is best grown on loamy soil. Okay, it grows best in the loamy soil, and loamy soil composed of sand, silt and clay. The crops need sufficient warmth and sunshine at the time of ripening. It requires moderate temperature and rainfall during the growth of the plant and bright sunshine at the time of ripening of the grains. This crop is not too dependent on the availability of water as compared to rice. It means wheat requires less amount of rain as compared to rice. Okay, and it grows well in areas which have annual rainfall between 40 to 80 centimeters. And heavy rainfall is harmful for the plants. Okay, and it requires temperature ranges between 10 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius during the growing season, and about 25 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius at the time of ripening. Okay, now major wheat producing areas of the world are Canada, North America. In North America, prairies are there, grasslands. Prairies are the grasslands. Okay, and prairies are known as wheat basket of the world. Okay, and then Russia and India. Okay, these are the major wheat producing areas of the world. And in India, Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh are the prime wheat growing areas, as you can see in the map. Okay, Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh. These are the major producers of wheat in India. Okay, now move to the next one. The second one is the rice. Now rice is the second most staple food crop of the world. Okay, it is a staple food for about half of the world's population, means 50% of the population of the world, their staple food is rice. Okay, and it needs a large amount of water for initial and subsequent growth, and therefore it is commonly cultivated in tropical and subtropical region. Now tropical region means from tropic of Cancer to tropic of Capricorn, that region is known as tropical region. Okay, so rice commonly cultivated in tropical and subtropical regions. Now why it is commonly cultivated in tropical and subtropical regions? Because these regions receive abundant rainfall, sufficient or plentiful rainfall. Okay, water is so important for the cultivation of rice that even its transplantation is done with stagnant water in the field. Okay, paddy, when it is transplanted, that is planted in a stagnant water, okay, in the field, and it requires a clay soil. Now why it requires a clay soil? Because it has the ability to retain water, to hold water for a long period. So that's why rice grows well in clay soil. Okay, China is the leading producer of rice and followed by India and other Asian countries. And in India, rice is cultivated in eastern coastal strips in Bengal, etc. Okay, now you can see in the map the eastern coastal areas. Here rice is produced. Okay, rice produced here in the eastern part of India. Now move to the next one, that is maize. Now it is commonly known as corn. Okay, maize is commonly known as corn, and it is used as food as well as fodder. And maize is grown in areas which have well drained fertile soil, moderate temperature, rainfall, and plenty of sunshine. Okay, now what is well drained soil? Well drained soil has a loose structure. Okay, and it's allow water to drain at a moderate rate, or we can say that it allows water to pass through at a reasonable rate. Okay, so it grows well in well drained fertile soil. It requires moderate temperature and rainfall and plenty of sunshine. Okay, USA is the leading producer of maize, but major portion of the production in USA is used as fodder. Okay, China comes in second with nearly half the annual production of USA. Okay, second leading producer of maize is China, but they produce half of the annual production of USA. Now other leading producers are Brazil, Mexico, India and Russia. Okay, and in India, maize is grown in UP and Punjab. These are the two states where maize is grown. One is UP and second one is the Punjab. Now the fourth one, that is millets. Millets, or we can say coarse grains. Okay, so millets are grown in areas which have sand soil or are less fertile. It means they can be grown in regions with less fertile soil and low rainfall. Okay, it is a hardy crop and need low rainfall and high to moderate temperature. Hardy crop and needs what? Low rainfall and high to moderate temperature. Okay, and millets include what? Jawar, bajra and ragi. Okay, these are the millets. Now Nigeria, Niger and China, these are the leading producing countries of the world. Okay, these are the main millet producing countries. And in India, they are grown in Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and in Andhra Pradesh. Jowar, Bajra, Ragi, all these are grown in Rajasthan, in Tamil Nadu and in Andhra Pradesh. These are the three states where millets are grown. Okay. Now the next one is fiber crops. Okay, fiber crops means from which we get fiber to prepare clothes, to prepare bags, etc. So the first one is jute. Now jute is also known as golden fiber. Now why it is known as golden fiber? Because of its color and high value. So because of its color and high value, it is known as golden fiber. And jute grows well in alluvial soil with stagnant water. Okay, alluvial soil is one of the most fertile soil of the world. Okay, and it is made up of fine silt deposited by rivers. The most suitable climate for growing jute is warm and wet climate. Which type of climate required? Warm and wet climate is best for growing jute. It is mainly grown in river valleys and deltas. Why? Because the soil is fertile near river valleys. So, in the plains and near the in the plains and deltas, this jute is mainly grown. Okay. Now Bangladesh is the leading producer of jute in the world, followed by India. And in India, it is mainly grown in West Bengal. Okay, jute mainly grown in West Bengal in India, and Bangladesh is the leading producer, followed by India. Now the next one is cotton. Okay, cotton is the most important fiber crop of the world. Okay, most important, and that's why it is a universal fiber. And cultivation of cotton is a labor intensive work, means plenty of cheap labors required. Okay, so it needs successful growing of cotton need a long frost free period with plenty of sunshine and moderate rainfall. Okay, it needs a long frost free period with plenty of sunshine and moderate rainfall. Dry weather is necessary when cotton balls mature for picking. Otherwise the fibers may get spoiled. Okay, and it grow well on black and alluvial soil. Cotton is somewhat salt and drop tolerant, which makes it an attractive crop for arid and semi-arid region. Okay, cotton plant can tolerate dropped, okay, and salty water, and which make it an attractive crop. Okay, that's why it's a attractive crop, because it can survive in dropped also when there is no water, and salty water also it can tolerate. Okay. Now Egypt, China and India, Egypt, China, India and Pakistan and USA. Okay, Egypt, China, India, Pakistan and USA are the leading producers of cotton. And in India, the major producing areas are Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. These are the three states where cotton is grown in these three areas. Okay. Now beverage crops. Okay, in this first one is tea. Tea is one of the important beverage crop of the world and it is consumed by the people in many countries. The tea plant is an evergreen plant, evergreen plant which grows mainly on hill slopes of tropical and subtropical regions. Tea plantation is labor intensive work, which provides employment to many workers. It requires labor for picking the tender leaves, so it is generally grown at an altitude on height of up to 5,000 feet above mean sea level. It means it grows well on hill slopes or we can say mountain sides, as stagnant water is injurious to the plant. Stagnant water is dangerous for the tea plantation, and it needs cool climate and well distributed rainfall, heavy dew and well drained loamy soil. Now China is the largest producer of tea, followed by India, Sri Lanka and Kenya. In India, it is grown in Assam, in North Bengal and in Karnataka. Next beverage crop is coffee. Coffee is an important beverage crop in the world which is taken from the coffee seeds of coffee plant. From the beans of coffee beans we are getting the coffee. It grows in tropical highlands which have hot summer and cool winter, and it requires warm and wet climate and well drained loamy soil, as it needs to be protected from winds as well as frost. It is usually grown in the shade of trees. And Brazil is the largest producer of coffee, followed by Vietnam, Colombia, Indonesia and India. And in India, Cork and Kerala are famous for coffee plantation. Now Cork is in Karnataka. So these are the two areas where coffee is grown. One is Cork in Karnataka and in Kerala.